Can you see my screen there?
It is a full screen, thank you.
Perfect. All right, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to come to this event today and listen to a little bit more about Brother and what we have in the channel for you guys. So I just wanted to start off. I know a lot of people who've been ordering our products have already figured this out, but we are having a global supply chain issue. So this has impacted both our hardware and our supply products. So it hasn't been great over the last couple months, maybe even the last year, but we're doing our best to try to get by this, and we are seeing some brighter things on the path coming forward. I'll dive into that a little bit deeper and kind of what's happened as we go through the presentation, but I just wanted to start off with apologizing for that because I'm sure some of our throughput hasn't been great for some of you. So today we're just gonna, we'll hop in. We'll talk about the background of Brother. I'll give you an inventory update, kind of what's happening, where we sit in the market, some of our high-end print. We actually have a couple new high-end print things coming out in the next couple months. Talk about CIV and QL, which are more lesser known areas for Brother, and then some more print and labeling stuff. So basically, Brother was founded in 1908 in Japan. Here in Canada, our head office is in DDO, Quebec. We also have another facility out in BC, so all of our shipping takes place from those two hubs. Looking at Brother as a business, we actually have 5 major parts to our business. So industrial parts, printing and solutions, which is what most people know us for, sewing machines, some machinery solutions, but also karaoke. So people are always surprised when we talk about the karaoke business. Unfortunately, that's more of on the Asian side of our business due to copyright and patents don't really transfer as well over in North America. So on an inventory update, so we've really been hit from kind of every aspect on this, where we've got part shortages from an LED perspective. We've got supply chain issues, trying to bring stuff in, and then port congestion. But we also have geopolitical issues happening. So if you look at places like Vietnam and the Philippines, where we build a lot of our machines, they've got COVID lockdowns, they've got all kinds of rules that are making it slower and slower for us to actually build our products. So when will this get better? From a hardware perspective, we don't know for sure, but it's sounding like it's going to be maybe a year to 2 years to get in a better spot. It's not going to be as bad as it was, so it's going to be a little better moving forward. But obviously, it's not going to be open flow. We can get you anything you want for the foreseeable future. On the supply side, I know the last couple of months have been pretty bad, but we've actually started to airship a lot of stuff over to Canada. So we're hoping that really relieves a lot of our issues in the next 2 to 3 months. So from a supply perspective, we should be better, and there shouldn't be as many issues on that side. However, there are some areas we do still have products. So I know a lot of people it's our opening price point products that they want, but we still have scanners. We've got some of our higher end printers we do have in stock, and then labeling, we're just coming back into stock there too. So we do have other options in other areas that we can, still sell and still push to you guys. So if you want to, this is a slide that I used to show before the pandemic, and we were seeing this as a short-term trend where we were seeing decentralized offices, and we were seeing less people using the copier for everything. And all of this has really just been put on steroids for the actual pandemic. So we're seeing way more people work from home. We're seeing way more decentralization in the office. Less people are in. I know there's many offices now that are going to be hybrid forever, where people aren't going to work, 5 days in a week in an office ever again. So you don't need the same copier and big printers that you used to need. So really for the Brother footprint, this plays perfectly for our business. We've got smaller printers. We don't really have 11 by 17 outside of inkjet, and we find that we're kind of in this perfect little niche in the market for where we see it going. So we think that our products are going to be perfect for, you know, the way the office is trending. And a lot of people, when they think about our products, they always think about, you know, that retail Staples SKU, or you think about the lower end stuff, but that's not the only place we play, right? So I always like to show this slide because it shows what we can do, right? Like you can have add mail boxes, you can have additional paper trays, you can build these things up, and they can be, you know, your office copier. They can handle all these things. So one of the things I always hear from our top SMB customers is, you know what, Kyle, I love the Brother product. It never breaks down. We've got guys who are on their own to, you know, to sell more, are adding their own free warranty. So that's how much they believe in our product. So I know we're not the traditional player in this area, but we're really starting to see a lot of success. And, you know, one of the things we do is we build our own machines. So we take pride in that, and, you know, we know their quality. Sometimes it just takes actually getting them into people's hands to figure that out. So this is kind of the next step that we have coming. So this is our new lineup that will be coming out in a couple of months, and it's our new color laser high-end printer. So one of the things they have added is Pantone matching, which is big for, you know, if you're needing to print quality color, we can do that. If you start looking at the speeds that these things are hitting, which really putting us in a spot that we've never really been in the market, especially on color. It's easy for the mono lasers to get to that kind of speed, but color is a lot harder. So our big thing on this was, you know, get to that level. And also, you know, we're going to have a much better cost per page than we ever have before. When you start doing the TCO calculations, when you start looking at how much it actually costs to print. I know in the past we haven't been in as competitive as some of our counterparts in that area, but this is kind of our first, you know, high end printer and copier, so we're going to be much more competitive on that standpoint as well. So moving forward, this will be kind of our SMB lineup. So if you look at this lineup now, so you're going to see the 90, I think the 9670 is going to be the channel exclusive. So we've started to do that with some of our SMB products already. So if you look on this page, the 9570, that's already exclusive to our reseller partners. It's something we're going to continue to try to do to, you know, give our partners in the channel more advantages, and especially on the SMB side to help differentiate and, you know, keep the competition away from Staples, keep it away from Amazon. And, you know, we've already started to do that. We've seen success with the 9570. So we're going to continue down that path with the 9670 and make that exclusive as well. Same thing for the printer lineup. So right now the 9310, that's exclusive. So we're going to take the 9470 and also make that exclusive to our channel partners. We already do have, if you're interested in exclusive products and differentiating yourself from that perspective, on the mono side, we also have the HLL 6400 DW and the MFCL 6900 DW that are also channel exclusives, and, you know, you won't have to compete against the Amazons, the Staples of the world. And, you know, I know from our feedback is our partners like to have that. It helps them drive more value. And, you know, nobody wants to compete against those giants and have your pricing always checked against Amazon. And it's really out of everyone's control at that point. So, you know, it's just better for it to not be there. In terms of our labeling, so we do have some specialty labeling as well. And I know a lot of people don't always think about Brother from this capacity, but like there's some really cool functionality on this type of equipment. So the one thing I always talk about is, if you think about when you're labeling, say, a server, or you've got lots of stuff you got to do. These labelers can make your life way easier. It comes with flagging, so it automatically comes out. You just stick it on and it flags for you. It's all fully laminated. You can easily set up all of your stuff through the Brother app. You pretty much just go up to the machine, use the Wi-Fi, hit print, and it does all your labels for you, and you just flag it. Like I hear crazy stories of how people are labeling servers and stuff right now, and like this saves hours of your time. Plus, you know, there's all kinds of telecom capabilities and datacom that it works for as well. But the one thing I always hear from our reseller partners is servers. From a labeling in general, I know there's a lot of people who are Dymo, but so the one advantage from Brother is all of our tapes come pre-laminated. So when a lot of our competition, when you're printing your labels, you have to try to put the laminate on after, and I can barely put that sticker on my license plate perfectly over the one on top of it. So pre-laminated, it saves a step, and if you're labeling a lot, that's an extra step every time. And B, pre-laminated means, you know, you don't have to try to stick it on after, and just the integrity of the label is intact, because, you know, if you miss a spot or you don't get it on perfectly, and then if it gets wet or anything, then your label's ruined. This is just, you know, our tape technology and why we can do it. There's really 7 layers that go into these things, and, you know, it makes it so, you know, they basically can't come off. If you look on YouTube, there's this crazy guy on there who's always trying to get Brother labels off products. He pours acid on them. He takes power tools on to them. Like he's does all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's a really good, you know, learning lessons indicator about how durable these things actually are and why they are important, especially when you look at an industrial setting. Or I don't know, sometimes I could look at my house and I look at my electrical box, and I know before I had the labelers for free from Brother, that I got, they would be in pencil, and it's like you're trying to figure out what's what, but you know, one label and it's fixed forever, and you know where it is, and you know what everything is. But we also have a cool new label on the shipping label side. So obviously we have the handhelds, but we also have, you know, more shipping label. So the QL 1100 series, and really it's a 4-inch labeler. So it's really specialized for shipping labels. And, you know, the other thing we hear is everyone's trying to go and sell on Amazon, trying to sell on bestbuy.ca and utilizing that. But what this allows you to do is through the software, you just click and drag your orders over to the Brother device, and it automatically prints all your shipping labels for you. So, you know, it's a one-stop thing. It makes it super easy, and all your labels are just automatically printed at the drag of your mouse, and then you're printing all your labels, and you don't have to worry about, you know, going to wherever you're going to do your stuff, Canada Post or wherever. So this has been a really, really big hit, especially with the rise of, you know, marketplaces and such like that for people to sell on. So kind of the final thing that we're talking about today is our scanning side of the business. So everybody knows that Brother's more known for our printers, but you know, there's scanners are also a big part of our business. And as I said before, like we take a lot of pride in our products, and we know that we're not the market leader on this side, but there's tons of verticals that these fit in, and especially in this new work from home environment, everyone needs to digitalize documents. So some people don't want to have a printer at home, but they still need somewhere to put documents onto their computers, right? So if you go to any doctor's office, if you go to any hospital, there's scanners everywhere. So almost every office, if you go to some of these doctor offices, every table has a scanner on it, and they can be mobile, they can be desktop. So these are really a focus for us moving forward. And obviously we know that the market is dominated really by one player, but it has been a growing market, so there is an additional need for scanners. The 2020 really took a hit because obviously production issues, and I believe when the 2021 graph gets on there, you're going to see it go back up again, because the demand has gone up so much with everybody needing to have this capability at home, and they might not want to print. So it's a good business to be in right now. We know Fujitsu's obviously the market leader, and we know they're the market leader, and we know we have to make a good machine, and we know that we don't have the same credibility as them in this market. So basically, we built our machine and made it fairly. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit better, and we made it, fairly less expensive. So we see where their pricing is, and then we just price ours a little bit lower. So you get a little bit more capability, a little bit more speed, but you're saving on the back end. So basically, that's all I had for you guys today. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Kyle.
No problem.